Hi, BIo120 students. I am Dr. Marianne Yang, one of the instructors for the BIo120 course. We will start the semester's lab by getting acquainted with the basic units that we will be using throughout this lab and into the future. To get started, please find the unit conversion handout and have a pen or pencil ready, then follow along with me as I work through the exercise. We'll start with exercise 1.1. Let's look at the middle of the column where it says base. This is the base unit that biologists often use in experiments. So let's write down some of the base units. The first unit we often use is gram, which is a unit for mass. Then is liter, which is a unit for volume. Last is a unit called meter, which is a unit for measuring length. Now, each of these units has an abbreviated symbol that you need to know. For gram, it is G. For liter, it is L. And for meter, it is M. Now, scientists often tag on prefixes to the base unit, which changes its meaning. For example, starting at the far left, the prefix kilo, which can be abbreviated as K, would mean 1,000 times of the unit. So tagging on kilo to gram, which equals kilogram, you can also write it as kg, will equal to 1,000 gram. So 1 kg will equal to 1,000 gram, or 10 to the third gram. Then each time you move one prefix to the right, you go down in order. So the prefix hecta will mean 100, and therefore 1 hectogram will equal 100 gram, or 1 Hg will equal 100 gram. Next one, deca, will be another order down, which is 10. So 1 DAG is 10 gram. Now the base unit is obviously itself. So 1 unit, 1 gram, is 1 gram. Then deci is another order down. So 1 dg will be 0.1 gram, or 10 to the negative 1 gram. Centi, which is abbreviated as C, and is one more order down. So 0.01 of the base unit, or 10 to the negative 2 of the base unit. So we're getting smaller and smaller. The prefix milli is actually something you will be hearing and using in lab. It is abbreviated as M. Can you figure out the number for milli? Yes, it is 0.001, so 1,000 of a unit, or 10 to the negative 3. This means when you hear milligram during lab, it is 1,000 of a gram. Then we're going to move 1, 2, 3, 3 orders down to the last unit we call micro. You might see it abbreviated as mu or U. So remember that in the future, you might see it as mu or U. Whether you see mu-L or UL will both mean microliter. Since you have moved 3 orders down, that means it is 10 to the negative 6, or 0.0000001. This means microunit is a millionth of a unit. Very, very, very small. So will we actually see this in lab? Yes, you will actually see and be using microliter quite often. Now that you kind of have an idea of the various prefixes, let's try to remember it by using the relationship on top. As you can see, the prefixes goes kilo, hecta, deca, which is KHD, then to the base unit. So a way to remember this is king rules human, human slaves dragon, which help us remember KHD. Then the relationship after the base, you can see, is DCM, and then 2 more orders down to mu. So a way to remember what is after the base will be dog eat cat, D to C, cat eat mouse, C to M, then mouse, then squeaks, mew, mew, mew. So M, 2 orders, then mu, mouse, then squeaks, mew, mew, mew. Okay, I know that is super silly. So why should you care about knowing this chart and the relationship? Well, using it, you can actually help you convert units during lab. There are many incidents where you will be given a number, maybe in milliliters, and need to convert it to microliters. Or you'll be given milligrams and want to convert it back to grams. So how would you do it? Let's take a look again at this chart and do some examples. Let's say you're given a protocol that wants you to measure out 0.5 milliliter, so 0.5 ml. But you need to know it in microliter in order to actually measure it out. So now you need to do unit conversion. How many microliter is in 0.1 milliliter? Please stop the video and see if you can figure it out. Now, if you're struggling to figure out where to start doing the conversion, let's take a look at the chart. To go from milli to micro means 3 steps to the right. So to do the conversion, you will move the decimal 3 times to the right, and then you get 1, 2, 3, 500. 0.5 mils equals 500 microliter. 0.5 milliliter equals 500 microliter. Let's try another question. If the protocol gives you 460 milligram, 460 mg to weigh out, but your scale, your balance, uses grams as its unit, how do you convert milligram, mg, to g? Please stop the video and see if you can figure it out using the chart. Now let's check your answer by using the chart again. To go from milligram to gram, you need to move 3 steps to the left. So to convert, you will now move the decimals 3 times to the left. This means 0.46. So again, 460 milligram, 1, 2, 3 will be 0.46 gram. Okay. Now that you kind of know how to use this chart, please do some exercises in 1.2. Look at the chart and see if you can figure out the answers to exercise 1.2.